Yeah, just in case anyone's wondering, because of the break there, we weren't able to get the rights to Danger Zone from Kenny Loggins for this
Furious.
playthrough.
I'm heartbroken. Quite
Yeah,
frankly, heartbroken.
that's actually why we waited. We waited an extra week or two to try and get in contact with WMD, but like, no, they're just there. They're not willing for it. So we're just gonna
I
have to
call
do it.
I
Callum
called
said.
I did try to call Kenny directly and then realized that I was just a phone number I had of a former Taoiseach. So
Yeah, I look, it happens. It's it's an easy mistake to make. In fairness, like they are very similar in style.
yeah, same kind of square head in them, I suppose. Is there
Shall
anything
we
more
say
insulting?
thematically consistent?
Is there anything more insulting than seeing our version here of Jack Freedom just be very generic wrestle boy? I'm gonna win that match. It's like
I don't know. Like, he hasn't quite hit jumping Jeff Farmer yet. You know, like he needs to butcher a promo like Joe, like Michael McGillicuddy style first to get there.
say it ain't so.
Yes, it's a 10 past 2 team.
My heart. My greatest love met with my other greatest love. In fair Verona we meet. Jack Freedom versus William Regal. Oh no.
And Mike Knox and Jack Swagger, we should say as well.
I mean fucking Tybalt and Mercutio. Fucking away with you.
Yeah,
Um dragging through the fucking roster there of that fucking play.
dragging through your fucking junior search would be more like it.
Who
Say,
the fuck is in that again? Fucking Jesus.
yeah.
Oh
Quickly,
god.
just put IO in front of some sort of other English sounding name. It'll count.
New gimmick for Be Cool.
Yeah.
IO.
Well, he just starts like shout like he just starts randomly spouting Shakespeare for no reason.
I mean, such as his own promos, you know.
Yeah. The Merchant of Nace.
I'm just gonna stop the show. I'm gonna stop the play now. How are you lads? Right, I'm about to come onto the balcony here. Big pop for me, right? Big pop.
Now, lads, is this a live message before me, or is it Joe Cabray? Hup.
Jacksonville, fucking Florida, by the way.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
He is a very young buck as it was.
Uh, I was about to say, I think he'll predate the books by quite a while. He will have jumped ahead. He will have scorched the earth so no one else can follow.
I'm
But
sorry, Miss Jacksonville. I am for real.
I didn't mean to make the young bucks cry.
God, I fucking do.
To be fair, I didn't put a super kick in Jack Freedom's moveset, so it'll
You get more of them. You get more of them.
yeah,
That's like using an atomic bomb to heat up your porridge. You'd be too powerful.
it's too much. Yeah. Now
But
an
still,
atomic drop to heat up your porridge. Now that's a
every
much different
fucking yeah.
story.
That's what you get afterwards. It's
Yeah,
all that roughage.
that's
Um,
true.
that
To be
that
fair,
I
there is actually nothing more glorious than seeing Rick Rude selling an atomic drop. It's the greatest thing ever. Like he has been accosted every single time it happens.
yeah.
Oh, hello, hello, new finish drop.
Oh
That was
oh.
the danger zone.
Danger zone.
The
Everyone
problem
has
here
to get
is,
up. You have to get up. Anyone watching this now has to get up another tab or have another phone beside you when you're watching it, and you have to play Danger Zone every time he hits the move, right?
yeah.
And you have to comment Danger Zone every single time.
Well, if that's the case, you're going to be here a while. Because the supposed mission for this match is to hit the danger zone on all three of our opponents. And I don't know if you've seen the AI here, but yeah, it triggers every single time there's a pinfall attempt. So with a woefully underpowered Jack Freedom, where that's doing
Yeah.
absolutely minimal damage at the best of times, now having to deal with three people on the go, this has become more of a puzzle than it should be.
Jack Swagger and William Regal as a shooting team would be very, very interesting, especially in this era.
It's a curious one, isn't it? Like, I mean, like I think it's probably something for the Butterfly Supers effect to actually see what we could have done with King Regal, had he not
I
had
like the
his,
idea of
yeah,
very much in that whether it was a promo or it was whatever it was. I think it was one of the Motor City Machine Guns
mm,
doing kind of lucha fucking submissions, and then Kevin Nash just went bah, smashes him. Like
yeah,
I could just see William Regal like watching Jack Swagger do all the Olympic kind of standard, like actual like Greco-Roman stuff, and he's like, just put your thumb in his eye, love. It's fine. Just easy.
It's like, do you know what? It's a good effort. It's a good effort. However, and a punch to the balls. That's
Yeah.
you see, and then just politely explaining why a low blow is tactically more effective.
Oh, is
It's the,
that? There was a, I think there was the Daniel Bryan one as well.
yeah,
Was it Daniel Bryan and Homicide?
maybe.
Someone in that regard, where it was that same thing again. We're like, oh, I'm gonna do, that, and he's just like, oh, really? Get that, get that, da, da, da. Is that what you were looking for? Is that the type of thing you were talking about? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a wrestling equivalent of the Indiana Jones scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the big fucking sword fighting is like gun. I
Jack Swagger,
uh,
like fucking
yeah.
drop down, tie around, leap over, grab down, and he's just like, just stand on his foot and poke him in the eye, easy.
Yeah, it's just like just literally like it's his balls are right there. It's like
It's
Regal,
called
all of your moves involve the balls. Like, yes, your point being
I mean,
the weakest of a man's heart.
when in when in London,
When in Blackpool,
yeah.
stepping your balls. They don't call it the pleasure tower for nothing.
Oh, what was the name of that? Was it the big one? Was it the roller coaster called the big one?
Yeah, the big one. I think. Yeah, they're very descriptive in England. I don't know if you've noticed.
Literal and dry.
Yes.
Unlike all the food as well, the food's very like water-based pie and
Gravy. Everything's
sop
gravy.
it. Everything
Some
else
sort
is
of
sop it.
flavored water is
Yeah.
integral to British cuisine. If it's not gravy, it's curry, and if it's not curry, it's soup.
It's just something that danger zone. Nah,
There
danger
you
zone
go.
count. Danger zone count. Two.
We're now reach your danger zones, people. Danger zones. We're now
It's like
plural.
it's like playing a game of horse. You know,
Yeah.
Dangezone. Look at the psychology of working the neck while also being able to employ the zone of danger.
Look at the psychology of working the neck when you have, in fact, a mullet. Therefore, your neck is protected. Maybe that's why wrestlers always had them back then. It was actually a clever in like ring psychology way of making sure you never got Chinese burns in your neck.
It was, I think, specifically for the collar and elbow type.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean that's again. Didn't they like that? That's mostly the kind of the kayfabe reason for why they're always in baby oil is to make them hard to grip.
Yeah.
So like that's why you're meant to be using baby oil in a wrestling match so that like so no one can catch you in the collar and elbow
Heartbroken
and
here
hook you.
watching them fight. It hurts me. It
I know
hurts me so
they
much.
should be friends. They shouldn't have to
Stop,
fight like this.
stop fighting. It's my wrestling son and my wrestling father.
I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry, son, but your mustache is awful.
Can't believe it. I just want to see William Regal do the Excalibur jokes with Jack Freedom. That's what I want, you know. That's all I
Oh,
need in
Jack
my life.
Freedom, you slice of American pie. I'd like to rub you on my cock. Num 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 num.
Yeah, I swear to fuck, if William Regal gets a fucking a cameo, that's the first thing I'm paying him for.
I don't think I'm going to say him to say that exact line, but certainly a derivative of it. Yes. To be fair, if he did have a cameo, he would make a killing with those Excalibur lines. Like all he has to do is just be a little bit like he just has to flirt, and that's it. Like he'll make a killing from little carry on Regal. That's all he'd have to do is just fucking do that.
Why aren't we funding this?
Why
Why
isn't
are
he
we
funding
not?
this? Why is he working for the WWE? Fuck the WWE. This is where the money is. At the very least, he can work for himself. He's self-employed. He's doing something far more wholesome than working for a fucking fascist husk of a company. Like, what more do you want in life?
More lizards and more William Regal just being brilliant.
Yes.
All we need. I just want a world like just to have him do like a tour of the islands. You know what I mean? Just a little
Yeah.
kind of one-man show where he goes around, just absolutely not talking about the original statement he tried to make, and just dithering around, and then arriving at the conclusion that he's still lovely.
Now that's a question to answer here, Brian. As a stand-up man yourself, right? Previous company excluded. What
Yeah.
wrestler would make the best stand-up act, but should never do stand-up? Because William Regal, I think, would be a great candidate, but I think he'd be like a Dave Allen type. He'd be a sit down comedian. He'd like pull up a
Um,
chair, like pop open a whiskey, pull a cigar, and then just kind of waffle.
he'd be
Like I
like
think that would be his style.
he'd be the most civilized crowd work comedian ever.
Mm,
Top of me, like you think automatically with comedic wrestlers, so like you're into Santino and R-Truth, but
sure.
not inherently funny. Nick Nemeth was very bad.
Yeah. Well,
Like
this is why I qualify that way because I know Nick Nemeth is a terrible comedian and Dan Barry's a fantastic comedian. So we have our two kind of scales there. So like wrestlers who are
um,
also comedians, but like someone who's never tried it before and probably should. Just
Al Snow is very funny. Any time I've seen him actively try to be humorous, he has that real comedic timing to him, and I
yeah.
don't think he ever really got a chance to fully show that off. Just the banter between him and Mick Foley alone
Hmm.
is great. Um, I mean Heyman,
I'd probably go to a Ganderson stand-up gig, to be honest. Do you know? The
yeah.
two of them were just bouncing off each other on stage.
It's if you're doing stand up, then it has to be jokes and it has to
Yeah.
be either story or story and punchline driven. And of all of the all the behind the scenes, the documentaries, the people who you know can hold a decent story and joke around. Apparently, Dean Malenko's funny. Um,
I believe it when I see it.
um, for someone who I thought like I always liked the Hurricane.
Hmm.
He always carried himself really well. He's very very funny. Good turn of phrase. He's silly enough. Doesn't mind wearing a gimmick. I think he could make a very good show.
Hmm.
So at the top of my head, without thinking too hard about it, I'll go with the Hurricane, Gregory Helms,
That's a good choice. I like that. And well reasoned too.
because he could mix it up then and do half the show in gimmick and
Yeah,
half the
yeah.
show out of gimmick if he really wanted to.
To very like do a Brendan O'Carroll back in the day where he just like now I'm do or even a Brendan Grace even like here's my bottler set now.
Yeah, just finish off the show as the Hurricane, ready for all the
Yeah.
pictures, easy beans.
Yeah. I mean that takes the bill. That takes the box actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, when needed.
Yeah.
Someone who'd be terrible at the Undertaker.
I was just about to say the Undertaker being like the perfect like right wing comedian. It was like, oh, how about all them liberals, kids? It was like, yeah.
Haven't seen him go from, Mark Holloway seems like a relatively okay. No, no, no. I was right the first time. Danger zone. He was, yeah, my God. The whole Michelle McCool of it all. Um,
In
there
fairness,
you
there are,
go.
yeah.
Michelle McCool would be the worst comedian. Fucking awful. Any of the girls, actually, I'm trying to think now. Would any of the girls be?
I think
Oh,
Bailey would make a fantastic stand-up comedian.
Bailey, the
I
iconic.
think she'd have Becky would have stories for years as well. Like I think Becky
Who
has a
I'd
natural
pay to
delivery.
who I'd
Yeah.
pay to see the Iconics.
Oh, that's a good one
Yeah,
actually. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
they'd just you just have a great time.
Yeah.
I could imagine the level of prosecco that would be consumed at that show would be fucking inhuman, and you just have a great fucking time.
Yeah. They strike to me as more like the kind of like live podcast you go to see and they do a
Yes,
couple of
very
episodes
much
in
so.
a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, there's one. Who would be the greatest podcaster who
Like as in
already
wrestler
doesn't
turns podcaster.
who already doesn't fucking have
Ooh. Do you know what? Again, funny enough,
one?
like it's impossible to know like with the form sometimes is that if you were to tell someone like a wrestling fan 10 years ago, or actually no, let's scale it back to 15, 20 years ago that the Undertaker would have a podcast, you
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
fucking believe it.
oh
And
no.
of course, this is like before like the podcast was so proliferated in the sense where like it was actually kind of a novelty to hear like someone like the Undertaker talk, kind of way. Whereas like some people were so broadcastable, like you'd always hear fucking Michaels, you'd always hear Triple H, you'd always hear Matt Hardy or Edge or whatever fucking drama was going on. So like now even looking back and thinking like who would I have loved to have heard from at the time? Who would have made great fucking podcast fodder? you
I can
know,
see
and
it. I
like,
can see it in all the interviews that some people are like, "Oh, that was a great interview."
mm.
But as an actual podcaster, no one. I fucking challenge anybody to say that they thought Maven was gonna be fucking good.
Do you know what? That's a great point too. Like, again, it's also someone that like he obviously his skill set is not in wrestling, but it is clearly in like he's aped that kind of weird like kind of Diary of a CEO archetype where like he looks successful enough, so clearly you have to listen to him because he's got something going for him. It's that kind of like polished shit principle in the sense where like. I mean, like he's got a podcast and he looks and he sounds professional and it's a slick edit, so he must be good. It's like
Who
you know,
is
there's people that do the editing for him as well. To be fair,
yeah,
like it's
like I mean, like, but fucking hands down, fucking Cornet overall. And if you knew of him in any way, I wouldn't have known based on my wrestling knowledge of him
yeah.
that Cornet would have been worth listening to. And fucking enter opinion here about how you
Cornette is the
should be listening.
closest in the wrestling sphere we have to a name and Dunphy. Like
Yeah,
he is the closest to that kind of like that like pundit slash agitator, where like he will say something to have other people on strings. Like that's what Cornette's great skill is winding people up enough to get a solid opinion out of them. So I think like
but even
he wouldn't necessarily be the best podcast host, but he is someone like you get on to annoy your podcast
there's
host.
something that like even in terms of even podcasting, I was thinking, who else do I really like watching? Like RJ City. I love AEW.
Mm.
Not a
Yeah,
podcast.
his stuff is great stuff. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Short form interview, improv, comedy stuff.
Yeah.
Really good. I fucking watch it every time it's on. It's so
Mm.
entertaining. And
Sheamus actually, I like Sheamus when
yeah,
he's not in his kind of wrestling kind of stuff. He's just
the
doing his own thing.
the Celtic Warrior workout star.
I would
Yeah,
listen to him, Wade and Drew talk about football. You know, kind of
yeah.
like I'd listen to the three lads slagging each other off over their teams. It's like Liverpool are being shit. Yeah, well Rangers are shit. And here look at fucking Spurs in the corner. You know, like that's the lads. I think that's what you want with a podcast in a sense. Like you kind of have to get that kind of that Gary Neville aspect of it, where like you know who they are. They've established themselves to be X, Y, and Z over a while, but now you're kind of getting that kind of like perceived behind the like look behind the curtain of like here's what we actually like to talk about type of
There's an
thing.
odd one, like Stephen Richards ones. I always end up watching bits of them,
Mm.
and Danger Zone, and I never thoroughly enjoy them. And
I
he's
find
starting
CV
up.
Richards to be very low hanging fruit. Like that's a very much
Yeah,
like he's gone for the kind of shock and awe kind of
I
school
can
of
kind of see
YouTube.
that in that they all kind of have their. Where's is Conrad Thompson okay? I've not seen him in a while.
He was everywhere and then nowhere.
There was
Yeah,
something. There's always the producer gets a couple of them,
yeah.
like a fucking stepchildren. They like
Mm.
stick their. It's like picking your number out in the rumble. These podcast producers put their hand in and go, I got Dutch Mantel and Stevie Richards. Like, there's
I'm
an
not sure
odd.
which one I'm not sure which one I need to edit the
And
most.
don't even know your man's name. He's very good though. That English fella. He's a decent broadcaster. But
Mm.
you can just see where you never know. I'd say Tajiri would fucking run us all into the ground, but he'd never fucking do it. You
It's
know,
elite.
like
It's always the quiet ones, Brian. It's always the fucking quiet
yes,
ones.
like from what like the Gallows and Anderson have a way about them.
Well, again, they
Um,
had Talking Shop for a long time. Like like famously a fantastic wrestling podcast. That's what I'm saying. It's always ones like, those ones are kind of like known quantities because they've been doing that stuff on the sly anyway. Like if it wasn't them, it was like fucking was this all those other lads from Peter like Cabana and fucking
I
what's
mean,
his name
Cabana,
Scott Compton and stuff like that.
the originator of it all, and then
Mm,
you have to give a fucking shout out to being the elite because of a
yeah,
time it was my fucking go-to for sitting on a sitting on a reception desk.
yeah.
Kept me saying thank you buys, and the reason why I even got into local Irish scene in the first place.
Mm.
But you can just tell you can kind of see people. I'd say Naomi could fucking talk for days. She seems fucking gas. And Mia Yim seems fucking gas crack as well. Like there's people
Mm.
who you think I'd say Nia Jack. You know what? I'd say Nia Jack could fucking talk. if she really
Again,
wanted
I
to.
think Nia Jax is like very much a case of like I was like now we have her on to talk about her opinions. This should be good.
I'd say she'd be like, from what I can see, she's really, 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 really well liked. She's just fucking terrible.
Yeah,
She's bad at the graps, but she's adored. So it's like, how can you get away with that? Like, well, what's the actual?
yeah.
Um, it's like help, control, computer.
Yeah, I was having an issue here, right? So basically the snooker I was having here with this match was that I I keep auto targeting to like the person in the ring, but I needed to switch back to it to get rid of the other people off the apron in order to get a peaceful fucking pinfall. And the problem is with Jack Free's moveset, which is now too late to change at this point, like his default, like, running into the corner attack is a fucking sliding elbow. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, unless the person's shins are in contact, I'm not going to be able to get rid of them. So I'm in a bit of a snooker here in this particular match because of essentially bullshit. So I switch it to manual so I'll be able to go, all right, hit a finisher on the guy in the ring, better yet go for a tap out and see what happens.
yeah. There's a here's one for you that I watched, and I enjoyed some of the episodes of it, but I'm not an active fan. Stephanie McMahon chatting away to people.
Yeah.
It was alright, and you can see it's just like, oh, it's interesting to know that you're actually a human being. Um,
Yeah.
and
Stephanie's a
not
very curious case for me, I think, because like I think Stephanie's always going to be a case study for like, it's like if you can make this person look human, you're obviously very good at producing.